Okay, welcome back everybody. So today I am going to be working on the mini split, air conditioning, heater, etc, etc. I kind of started already. It's actually been sitting here for months. I have the dogs in here. I don't trust that one, and he's been on the leash a long time, so I let him free. I just have to lock him up in here. She's not doing anything except for hunting mice. I'm surprised she's even here. This is the unit that goes on the inside. My unit is an overkill for this place. I don't know if it would even help cooling the shop at all. Everything is spray foam insulation. The closed cell and open cell, combination of the both. Except for the shop, it's all closed cell. Anyway, let's get to the business. This is the template. Very, very, very important. As you can see, my dog kind of tore it up a little bit. It's like my homework, right? According to the directions, you have to be 5.9 inches down, 15 centimeters, 4 3/4 inches away from that wall, or 12 centimeters, and at least another 4.5 inches on that side as well. And you have to be, for my ceiling that's less than 9 feet, you have to be at least 48.5 inches from the floor. So mine's within that. The template gives you the mounting, the location of a hole. That's the scariest part of this whole thing, is you gotta drill a 3.5 inch hole, 3.54 or 90 millimeters, hole through everything. Man, that's scary. All right, the hole saw. That's the size that it has to be. That's kind of scary. It says to drill in a downward angle, roughly a 1/4 inch down. So here we go. I have the metal building, and then I framed it. Then I got it spray foamed. You can see the spray foam in there right now. Interesting. Looks like a brain. That's it. So I have 3 inches of open cell, 1 inch of closed cell, and then the metal. So here's the flange that goes onto it. I'm gonna do this so I can try to keep my hole aligned. All right. There's the open cell. I'm just gonna leave it in there. So it's kind of hollow in here, but there is 4 inches of insulation. I kind of carved it out so I know where I'm going. Here we go. So now I can line that up there, keeping my angle. That was the 1 inch of closed cell. That looks pretty tough. Wow. Good thing it's only metal left, because I have almost no more room here. Just got it. There's the metal. So not sure if it shows up, but you can see the difference. The closed cell and the open cell. It's pretty, there you go. Closed cell, open cell. Not sure if you see that, the line right there, but it's pretty, I mean, this stuff's hard. And then this is soft, as you can see. The instructions say to put this in the wall. Good, all right. Now you gotta go outside and mark it. Here's my whole setup. I made this concrete pad like several months ago. And I have this and my box and that. All right, and I got my helper here. I double checked outside by putting the bigger base piece on it, this one, by putting that over it. And it does look like I can cut 1 ring off of this. Unfortunately, I'm on the rib of the paneling outside. If I was just down another 2-3 inches, it would have laid flat. It kind of stinks. I'll have to put some putty or something in there to fill the gap and make sure no water or anything gets in there. All right, I'm gonna try to cut this with a Sawzall. This is the makings of bad things happening. Stand by. Oh, it's super soft plastic. There's an old saying, lazy man works the hardest. That is true. All right. We're just gonna put this back in the hole. Well, thought I was. Oh, keep that angle going. I'm gonna hang this unit now. Some of the next steps are to bend the piping that's in the back. This is what you need to bend back nice and gently into a 90-degree angle. So this is the drain hose. This needs to be on the bottom when you're done. Then you have your signal cord right here. I'm gonna get this closer. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna get this closer and then run the signal cord through the wall and then pick the whole unit up and put it through the wall. I'm gonna use these little twisties to do this and keep this all together. I'm sorry you can't see. All right. Meanwhile, Miss Jealous is over there just watching. Running the signal wire through, as it says. Also says to have someone else help you, but that ain't gonna happen today. So there's the signal wire. Now, I'm gonna lift this thing, rotate it, and hang it up there. It's not that heavy. All the weight is on the right-hand side. Just trying to get the rest of the signal wire through there, and it is. Now, I don't know where these brackets are. Oh, all there, okay. Bam! That was not hard at all. I thought that would be 1,000 times harder than that. I think I'm gonna call it quits. All right, back to this deal here. Which one it is? It is 24? I know it's oversized, but who cares? Anyway, so all I did was centered it on this concrete pad that I made several months ago and drilled some holes. I'm using the Capcom bolts for it. All right, there's Millie. Hi, girl. Okay, got the unit bolted down. Some of these are really hard to get to, so I had to use a wrench to tighten them up. And trying to do that, it's a pain in the butt. So the next step, it says to bend this down. I'm gonna take this little wire off that I put on it earlier just to get it through the wall. Leave that out there. I stuffed a bag in it overnight, so nothing, including water, hopefully got into it. It was supposed to rain. Now it just says to hold it and bend it gently. Because if I kink it, it could negatively affect the operation of my unit. There's that step. Then I take the clay, the sealing clay. I'm gonna use the clay first and then apply the spray foam, because I still think things can get through the spray foam. Actually, no mice can get through the spray foam. This isn't gonna seal it all the way up. It'll just seal it somewhat up. Because I don't know how the hell they think that's enough. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. I'm on the ridge. I don't know if you can see it, but these ridges right here is where the hole ended up, unfortunately. If it was in the middle, if I would have thought about it a little bit more and measured it out a better, I would love for it to hit right here in the middle. Small ridge, but not as bad. Now it says to unroll the piping for the length that you need it. This is the piping. You want to be careful when you unroll it. So I'm just gonna step on it and unroll it. Don't want to go too much, just about the amount that I need. I'm just gonna measure it. That looks pretty good here, almost good there, but I think I'm happy with that at this point. It connects over there on that side. The next step is to make the connections. Make sure you have it has actually a chart on there for which size wrenches you need. This being the 24 adjustable wrenches is the easiest thing. I have some wrenches that fit, some that don't, so adjustable it is. It has a lot of precautions about doing all this. Of course, you don't need any kind of Teflon tape. It does say to make sure everything's clean and make your connection. And then it says, make it quickly. I don't know if the line itself is charged or outdoor unit is charged, but one of these is kind of pre-charged. It says to go just a little over. Like that, I hope. next, we'll do this one. Same way. This seems easily cross-threadable. This is the plastic covering that went on this. I guess they called it a rain guard or something. Inside this rain guard, you have feet for this thing. You also have that little drain that I was looking for. So, darn it. My dog's in the background, Ranger. He's upset because he's tied up now. It says to put the rest horizontally on the ground. I kind of don't like that because my dogs are going to be flying through here. I know they are. I'm sure it has to do with condensation and nice slow bends. I'm going to hook the bottom one up first and then the top one. Didn't look like any mice chewed this up, so that's fortunate. I'm going to move my face away from that just in case it shoots off a little gas. That one threaded a lot easier than the other one. Here we go, final torque. This one coming over, nice and slowly. However this thing is done sitting, you don't want any torque on these valves right here. Just me wiggling this around, you could see that it's moving quite a bit. Ah, the gnats. I think I have one in my lung from earlier. Gotta be cautious when you take a deep breath in. Now they're starting to swarm. I promise I showered. There's a little nylon washer there. Okay, I'm not completely happy with the bolting on the feet of this thing, so I'm gonna come back and redo it. And when I do, I'll put the rubber boots under there and I'll put that drain plug in there. I'll just have to be careful with the lines. The next step is to check for leaks, and I'll check for leaks here in a little bit, but they also want you to run the machine after it gets hooked up and then check for leaks again. Because I don't have power right now to the building, especially 220, I'm not going to do that right now, which means I'm not going to finish the installation of the pipe. I do have the PVC cover for it, but I'm not going to put that on right now because I need to check for leaks. So I'm going to have to omit that part for right now and come back to it when I get electricity here. But I could still wire it. So now all I did is pop out these little black deals here. From there, I started to install my whip. I'm going to show you something. She's curious. Everyone's always watching me. Rhode Island Red, egg-laying machines. I am following along with the instructions as well. Black and white, can't tell colors in that. I have black, blue, red, black, white, red. Blue is white. Let's just loosen these up a little bit. I have to get something here. I don't like this left open. I'm gonna get something to at least hold the wire so nothing can pull it. It's through this little clamp here, but it's not even a clamp, it's just a guide. Get that right under there. Adjust my DeWalt to the proper torque settings. Yep, that's sub-click is what they call that. Get it just before the click. Look at how good Millie is right here. Say hi, Millie. Okay, bye, Millie. She's good with those chickens. While I'm here, I still won't trust her. Ground. That's done. I'm thinking I don't want to hook these up just yet because I want to put those ends on it, and I don't have any of them here. They're at the house, of course. Line 1, line 2, and ground. Since that's red, I'll leave that red. But basically, it doesn't matter for your line 1 and line 2. As long as you have your red and black on it, the ground would be right there. That's really all that is. Ugh, stingy wire. Let me get up, straighten it out a little bit, and then it'll come a little easier. There. That way I don't have to cut it. I'm leaving it just like that. I want it to be a little nicer installation. I don't want to rush through it. Okay, now for the box. It's not in the instructions, but I'm sure there's going to be something about don't sit on this, so it can't support your weight. But, well, we're gonna test that theory. And again, no live wires. I don't have power into the building, and all the breakers are off anyway. I'm gonna punch through here. I actually punched the right size hole. I'm gonna just pump the brakes a little bit right now. There's too many little tiny things that I don't have with me at the moment, and I don't want to do a halfway installation. So I'll show you where I'm at. One, I want to get terminal ends for this right here so they could fit nicely and neatly into there. Number two, with this box, I remounted it, okay? And it's kind of sitting here. This hole right here is a raw metal hole, and these wires are just going through it. They're not touching, but you never know. You know, in 10 years, little bits of vibration can actually cut that sheathing on the wire and end up grounding all this out and having problems. Why not do it right the first time? Just a quick glimpse on how this is gonna go. You have line, load, load, line. The line is gonna be what's coming from the breaker panel. I also need to put a piece of black tape on this because this wire is gonna serve as a hot wire and not a common, because it is 220. That I will put to the line side there. It's kind of snug. If anything, I can extend it, put a wire nut on it. That's what I'll probably do. That's gonna go here to line. This black one will also go to line, just like that. The ground will come into here, either side. Again, line and line, these two lines, they don't matter where they go. They could be white here, black here, or how it is like this. It does not matter. The next one, this is the whip coming from the air conditioning unit itself. This will be the load. This is the ground. It'll be in here or here. Again, it does not matter. We'll put the ground there, and then the load here. That's the black wire. And then the red wire will go here for the load as well, because that's the load coming off of it. I'll have to get a fuse in here. It'll be a long fuse that goes in between here. Essentially, you can see the little markings right here. Off, and then on is on the top. This is off right here. When you flip it this way, is on, because on, O-N, is how it goes. Off is upside down. That's confusing. But that's no, off, and off, all right? This is where it doesn't make connection because it sits up in the top half up in here. Does not make connection. Like this, it will make connection. Like that, so it's on, all right? Even though I have no power, I like to leave it off. I'm gonna just curl these up and leave them in here for now. I am going to get a little grommet or something in there to protect those wires. And then I just need to deal with all these wires. Also, one other important step is to charge the system. The way you charge the system is, according to the instructions, you take this one off, you put the little Allen wrench in it, and then you turn it. So this one right here, on each valve, take it off, Allen wrench it to turn it on, and then you put the cap back on. That's when you check for leaks and all. So this is gonna be wrapped up for now. That's the only couple things that are missing, is just finalizing the electrical and charging it. Then checking for leaks and covering it all up. That's really it. Very easy installation. I just don't have everything I need right now for it. Just gonna do it right the first time and not have to come back and do it again. All right, so without my shadow head in the way, I got these wired up. This is my ground and my two lines. Now I'm gonna wire my box up next. All right, so back here at the Mr. Cool, you saw a second ago, I just finished the wiring there. I just had to put on these little ends on it to make it look a little neater. And then I had to finish this one up. So it's been a few months since the early half of this video, but here are all the wires. I did leave a lot of length on them just in case I need to do anything. There's an extra ground right here. There's two grounds. It's because there's a metal box back here that I have where all the wires are coming out of. So I have to ground the box off. So that's where it's grounded. But You can see I leave a little piece of copper underneath there that I could see. That way I know I'm all the way in there and it's not crimped on the casing there, the insulation. So anyway, that's that. I did have to extend this other wire like we discussed. I just added a little wire nut, an extra piece of wire, and that worked out just fine. Next, the other thing I had to do was put this in there just to protect the wires from the rough edge of the metal. So I'm happy now with the installation, and we're gonna call that almost done. I just need to put a fuse in here. So I forget, let's see. Yeah, it'll go like that. That's off. Okay, now I just leave the papers up there and then put the lid back on. Bam. Stinking thing. All right, there we go. Oh wait, I need to put this on. Look at how, oops. There we go. Nice and tidy, beautiful. Now I just need the fuses. I'm good to go. Here's another look at the little wire lock protector or whatever, I forget the name of it, that I put in there just to protect the wires. This just pops right in. Sometimes they have a little screw on the end or a little nut. You could tighten it down a little bit. Now I have this PVC line cover kit that's going to go there and protect all that. I kind of still don't want to do that until I charge it. I'm not going to charge it till I get power going. Anyway, that wraps up the Mr. Cool installation. I'll have another video when I charge it and run it. Just kind of a follow-up, make sure I did everything right and it doesn't blow up when I hit power to it. Not a bad installation. Oh, I am going to change the bolts out on the ground there. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks a lot. Bye.